Clock Talk.
Today we are back for the third time in a row. We have Allison.
Yes.
Hi,
And
y'all.
she's joining via Zoom, so we are doing this remotely.
Yes, and we're looking at her down here, so we won't really be looking up here. Our screen is down here, so that's what's happening. So that way there's no questions.
Yes,
And
no
also this
comments.
is a podcast, so like if people are listening to this, which I don't know who is listening to this, it could be anybody, but
Yeah, could be nobody.
could be nobody. But this is just a video side for me. So if you watch the video, it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you have definitely set it up
But speaking of video,
all
that's kind
nice.
of the theme. Is Allison frozen?
Yes. Uh-oh, Allison, make movement.
Oh no, we lost her.
How about now? Are we not frozen or
Hold on.
She's back, but it's
well,
not.
stand by. On that note, I will announce our podcast topic.
Go for it. I'm gonna work on technical stuff.
Um So our topic is because this year will be the year Stranger Things season 5 comes out, we are going to discuss all things Stranger Things, including like theories of characters and how we think it's going to end in season 5, all the things of like what got us to start watching the show, and what we remember from the show last, because it's been a little bit, it's been a while since season 4.
It has, but I just finished.
Yeah, and you just finished, so
So
we can talk about that because Caleb just finished. But yes.
we
Oh
lost her.
no, is that the sign of Allison
She's
not being
gone.
here?
I think she's gone. Oh, there she's back. It's still recording. I think we're good. Hello,
Okay.
are you back?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I
It's
don't know
all
what
good.
happened.
It's all good.
Uh,
I may be
yeah.
editing that. I might not. We'll see.
If we want to go ahead and jump right into it, the first topic I had for us to discuss relating to this is like how we started watching the show. How did we start watching Stranger Things? So whoever wants to start us off can.
I mean, I can go ahead and start because I'm probably the one that finished it most recently.
Okay, okay.
My backstory is a little stupid because everybody was telling me that this is a show that I need to watch. Like it has me written all over it. It's very much my style. I love 80s things and it's all modern and it's got spooky elements. Love all that kind of stuff. And everybody's like, dude, you watch it, you're gonna love it. And for the life of me, I just couldn't watch it. I just wasn't interested. I watched like the first few episodes with you, and I said that I didn't like it because it had to do with kids, but I don't think that that was really the reason. I think I'm a hipster, and I was just like, I don't want to watch it because it's mainstream. Because at that time, season 4 had just came out, and everybody was talking about it. And I was like, I don't really want to, I don't care about it. Everybody's talking about it. So I just finished the whole thing because we decided to watch it again because season 5 is about to come out. But I wanted to catch up because I know like it was kind of like the spark kind of reignited because I was like, maybe I should give this show a shot because maybe it is pretty good and maybe everybody was right. And they were. The mic is down here, but they were.
Oh yeah.
And now I'm obsessed with the show and I'm like super excited for season 5 to come out. And I just didn't want to watch it because it was mainstream. But now that it wasn't mainstream for a little bit, I'm hooked. I'm on it.
He's hooked.
Yeah. Can you hear me pretty well?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I had started it in, oh my gosh, in high school, I think when the first season came out. Because I was with someone at the time, Chappie, you guys know him.
Oh yeah.
He was super sweet, super nerdy, but super into that stuff too. And he was like, "Oh, we should watch it together." And so I ended up watching it with him and some of like our other friends that were really into it. And so we ended up watching it all the way until season 3 or season 2 or season 3, I forget which one. And then I ended up watching season 4 on my own because we separated. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, but it was still good. The legacy lives on through Stranger Things. So it was a fun time. I really enjoyed it watching it. I had to suffer the pain of waiting for each new season. So that you're lucky, Caleb, but season 5 is upcoming. I want them to set a release date so that I can literally just use it as motivation to get through this next year, but I'm so ready for season 5.
Yeah, there's theory. They haven't released the release date officially, but if we're going according to like what they have been doing, it's probably going to be either August for November, specifically November 6th, because apparently that's Stranger Things Day. Um, but Netflix has been releasing things in like two parts. So it might be part one coming out in August and then the second half of the season coming out in November. I think that's probably what they're gonna do. Um, but I'm kind of sidetracking because how did you get into the show?
No, it's all good. I like that you've thought it through though of when they're gonna release it.
Yeah, because I have an idea for a social media post that I want to try to film soon that involves a lot of work on my end, but I'm trying to post it when they drop the trailer, which could be like this month or next month.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna have to see. I think you're pretty close. Spot on.
We'll see. That's what YouTube says anyway.
Also, this is off topic. I am wearing the same sweater. I just realized that I recorded in last time with you, Allison. Oh, I just love
Oh
the
yeah.
She
sweater.
hasn't changed or
Yeah, I
showered or
know.
anything since then.
I'm the same girl
Yeah.
from that one episode. It's been a whole day. No, I actually, Allison, you introduced me to Stranger Things. I
Yeah.
started watching it partly because of you.
Hmm.
And I had just, I don't know, I kind of had an interest for it because I had heard about just the kind of mysterious, like adventurous, like I guess that it followed, like storyline that it follows. But I do remember the day, Allison, you brought it up to me in Holly Hop and you were just explaining it to me
Yeah.
about what like it was kind of like and how it has the cute relationships, but it's also kind of scary because people die.
Yeah.
Like, what is she talking about? So yeah, you're kind of partly the reason why I started watching the show. So
Yeah, it's got that weird, not weird, but it has that quirky cinematography where you have the 80s background and everything is, kind of like, oh, awkward teenage phase and relationships. And then you have like the sibling kind of relationships between the characters. And so that's stuff that surprisingly, I remember that the most. It's been a long time since I've rewatched the seasons. Last time I watched it was years ago when season 4 was first released or whatever. And I just think that it's so weird to try and explain it to someone like you said at Holly Hop. I was like, yeah, but then there's these monsters and they kill everyone and it's a great time. You should watch it. I'm like, everyone dies. And
yeah, that's how it was.
yeah,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah, no, it's good. And then you got it's just crazy how we're introduced by like our friends and relationships to this kind of show that's all about relationships in a way that we don't really realize it. And then the, Demogorgons and all that scary crap happens too.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Once you introduced it to me and told me about it, I like binged it. So I guess I got lucky with being able to binge it and just watch up until season 4. So yeah, it was a good time.
It's kind of now that I've seen it, it surprises me that you've really enjoyed it as much as you have because it doesn't seem, especially I know season three is your least favorite, but if I were to jump into the middle of season three and say like this was one of your favorite shows, I wouldn't believe you because it's like kind of gross, but still kind of cool at the same time.
There's elements to that disturb me, but I don't know. I like it. I think it's one of my favorites.
It's the characters. You have
You
one
love
character in mind.
Oh, okay, okay. I do like a good character development, but so this can kind of like bleed into our next topic to discuss, and it's what do we remember from the previous season? I was telling Caleb, yeah, I know it's probably been a bit since we've last seen season 4, but I was telling Caleb that this will be pretty easy for him because he's just finished it literally like a couple weeks ago. So,
I totally haven't been watching YouTube videos
oh
on
yeah,
what's been happening and everything like
totally. No.
Yeah, I think that uh I'm gonna go first because then whatever I didn't include, we can just blame on Caleb. So because he knows it. Because
Okay, there
it's
you
been
go.
years. It's been years, guys. But I remember it centering around Max a lot. And like her grief and stuff, I think from her brother dying, Billy dying from the previous season. And I think that for me, it was really interesting because he had all this mind control stuff with Vecna, and then you find out that Vecna is one, 1 out of 11. And so I didn't see it going the way that it was being portrayed. Like Max was not my favorite character at the beginning of it, of season 4. And I thought she was really angsty, and I was like, why is she a hate? Like, why is she always down, you know? But then I think getting more of a close-up look with her character in season 4 really made me like her a lot more. Just because you can actually see, like, oh yeah, like her home life wasn't great, and we kind of knew that from season 3. Just the interactions between Billy and her, not while being mind controlled, but it's really interesting. Like I remember that the most, and then obviously Kate Bush's iconic song now, of course, is being resurfaced, and her running up the hill, that iconic moment. But that's it. I don't remember anything else. Like I think oh my gosh, the chief and the mom of not Will's mom, oh my God, Jonathan's mom. They
Wait,
were in they were in Russia? Why were they in Russia? I don't remember. Like why how did they get to Russia? I think they were in Russia or some weird like they were in a icy country at one point in season 4, I think. And I have no
Yeah.
idea why. I couldn't
Yeah.
tell you why.
I think it was because in season two, they like the Russians were experimenting with the upside down, and so Russians had a big thing to do with it.
Oh.
wasn't that
And
season 3 though?
it might have been season three. They kind of I watched it all at the same time, so
Did
they
you
kind of
watch
was
it or
it.
did you not?
I know the context, I just can't remember sometimes. I think it might have been season three then. But yeah, anyway, Russia was doing stuff, and then Hopper gets involved, and then at the end of season three, you're right, it's the end of season three. Everybody thinks Hopper died because
Yeah.
there's that explosion, but he actually didn't die. He was fine, but the Russians kidnapped him and then threw him in that prison with all the other Demogorgon monster things.
Yeah, yeah. So it left off, or season 4, yeah, took place with them in Russia. You're right. They were in Russia. And
Which, side note, whenever I started watching it, I had watched the end of season two with you, but I was like coming in at the last second. And so I like remembered bits and pieces. And so when I was watching it from season one, I was wondering how the heck did Hopper get from point A, which is just him as a cop, to point B, which is being a prisoner in Russia and having a bald head and all that. So I was like, how does he get there? So that was kind of cool because I had seen spoilers a little bit, and like I knew that Vecna was like the main villain and that he was one, but it was all like kind of pieced together whenever I watched it back from the start. So that was kind of cool, and like a lot of moments that like didn't really click before, where I was like, but why is this happening? And then like the epic moments, like the epic reveal and like Hopper being in Russia, all that was like super. Now I understood it. It made sense.
yeah. Yeah, that's what I remember is I haven't watched it really since it came out. So I think that was like 2022. And that was also you mentioned running up that hill. That was also part of the reason why I started watching it, side note, because it played at work a lot and I was like, what is happening during this song? I want to know.
That was
Uh,
the reason I didn't watch it because I got really tired of that
oh
song for
yeah.
a little bit. And I was like, again, I was like, I hear it all the time everywhere. Oh, it's the big thing. I don't want to watch it now. And
hmm
I love it.
You're just a hipster, you're just not
Yeah.
mainstream. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a
I can
hipster.
relate though. I don't like to be mainstream sometimes. But yeah, so I do remember just them. I think they had gotten back from Russia and then they were all together with 11 at the cabin, I think. And then it was like this like final scene of 11 with all of the members standing behind her and she was like staring off in the distance. And then I think Vecna was on the other side or something somehow. That's what I remember being like the last shot. But
Yeah,
yeah.
the upside down was coming to the right side up, which is
Oh
a
yes.
title for an episode. I don't know, Allison, if you've seen this. They
The
released the
titles,
titles of all
yeah.
the episodes, and one of them is called The Right Side Up, and I thought that just goes super hard. And I'm super excited for that episode.
He's stoked
Isn't
about
that it's one of the last few episodes, isn't it? The
Yeah,
right
it's like
side
the
up.
third to last episode, I think.
There's also another one called The Vanishing,
The
but
Vanishing
they
of
redacted the name.
Yeah. And then the last episode is called like One Last Adventure or something like that. And each episode from like what the cast is saying is like it's like eight movies. Like there's such long
Yeah.
episodes, and that's also why I'm super excited. And that's probably also why it took so long to come out because the gap between season four to season five was like COVID, the writing strike, but then also filming it. They
Mhm.
like just wrapped it recently, which I think is a good segue into theories. Is that the next thing?
Yes, that is.
Yeah.
thing. So yeah, it's what are you looking forward to the most about season five? And then, that can lead into your theories that you have for season five.
All right, who wants to go first?
Okay, I will go, but that's because I'm confused.
Okay.
So I feel like there are so many loose ends left off from season four. Max is in a coma. Vecna is like banished in the upside down, but not really gone, you know? And so 11 is still there. And there's still the connection between 11 and Vecna or one that I'm curious about. So I feel like my theory is like they have to be, I don't know if they're just related through the facility. It makes me wonder why did one treat 11 differently? In the season four, they talk about how he was like, "Oh, you were so powerful. We could have done everything together. Like he wanted to be a team or whatever." I'm like, that's weird. Like you don't, how do you know that she's so powerful? So it makes me think that she's related to him in some way, maybe. Like maybe she's the niece or something. Because we don't really know a lot about her mother. We just know that her mother, she was taken away from her, and then her mother kept trying to come back and get her, and it was really traumatic for her. And so I don't know. I feel like there's more of a connection that we haven't seen yet that I hope that they explain in season five. And I feel like I'm from what the cast has been saying, there's a lot about the upside down that is going to be, the lore and like theories and background behind it. They're going to go into it. And it just makes me wonder, if she has access to send him into this interdimensional plane, like what created the plane? Was it one that created this dimension? Is it just some random dimension she yeeted him in? Like, I don't know.
Right.
We just got a notification saying running out of time.
That's okay. Y'all go with your theories. We can get through this.
So, okay, well, I'll start, or I'll go next. My theories are I would like to, yeah, see how 1 and 11 are connected or kind of more of a relationship between them. I agree with you on that. Um, and then I also just want to see if like, because it's the ultimate season, it's the last season. I want to see if they are going to kill off like one of the big main, like they've already killed off quite a few main characters, but like a big main character, another big main character, like 11, is she going to die? Is she going to sacrifice herself? I have a theory. You and I were talking about this, Caleb, that she could sacrifice herself, or a theory that someone else alongside her, like Hopper, could. And I just, as a part of storytelling, that's usually what you do. You kill off a big character when it's a big season or the last season. So I can see them doing that. I'm not looking forward to that, but I am looking forward to see where all the character arcs end. There's that Nancy, Jonathan, Steve triangle that I'm really curious to see how I guess that ends up because I don't know. I like the little relationship aspect of the show. And I know that that's like a complicated one. So I'm curious to see what happens with that. But yeah, I guess my theory is mainly like someone big is gonna die.
My theories on that exact thing is I don't think that 11 is going to sacrifice herself. I feel like they did that with Iron Man
That's true.
recently, and it's kind of, it could be like it could happen, but I think it's the most obvious thing. And if I'm writing the show, I don't really want to do the most obvious thing. So, what I think is the most likely thing that will happen is 11 is about to sacrifice herself, but there has been like set photos and like speculation of more backstory on Hopper's real daughter who
Mhm.
tragically died. And I usually whenever there's a big plot line like that, it builds up to something. So I think it's going to build up to Hopper seeing that 11 is about to sacrifice herself. And he says, I already lost a daughter once. I'm not doing this again. And Hopper's going to jump in and somehow die. I think that's probably most likely. But thing number two, and this could happen as well, like another character dying, is Steve Harrington, who's your favorite character.
I don't know if he's my favorite. He's up
He's
there.
up there. He had the biggest character development.
I don't know about the biggest. He did have character development though.
Yeah. I think that he may die too because he's not necessarily like connected to anybody. Like he's connected to Nancy, but it's not like anything is like really cemented. So he's kind of just floating around. and there's a running joke that he's the babysitter for everybody. And again, if I'm writing the show, I think it'd just be really heartfelt to be like, he's dying and he's like, you guys don't need a babysitter anymore. And that's
Hmm.
how he dies.
Ouch. That
That's
hurts.
what I would do if I was writing it. Also,
Yeah.
like he's one of everybody's favorite characters. And from an audience, you don't want your favorite character to die, but from the filmmaker's point of view, that's what you want. You want to like pull at the heartstrings of the audience, but also give him a good farewell. And I feel like Hopper and Steve probably gonna go.
And that may be how they resolve the love triangle between Jonathan and
Oh my God.
Nancy.
That
Oh, that'd be sad
kill
though.
him off.
I'd be kind of sad.
I
But you
mean,
had mentioned, oh wait, go ahead.
no, go ahead. I was just gonna say I don't like that idea that like Nancy has to end up with either of them, you know?
Oh
Like
yeah.
I feel like I feel like that would be very American, which is fair. It's American series, but like why does she have to end up with someone? I also don't want them to kill off Robin or Will because a
Oh
lot of
yeah.
American shows have the whole thing. That's that trope of like bury the gays. Like they are the two like openly LGBTQ plus characters. And usually they get killed off at the end anyways. So I'm like, I hope they don't do that. I want them to kill Mike. Sorry.
I
I
feel like,
That sounded bad, but
gosh, nobody likes Mike.
I don't, well, no, I think it makes sense for the plot points. I don't know that they would kill off Steve because he has such a strong connection to Dustin, who was really a lot bigger of a role last season too. So
That's
my theory is Mike is gonna either die or get very severely injured.
mm,
Sorry, continue, Kanaya. What were you going to say?
well, how I guess real quick, how would what like gives it away that Mike could die from the last season?
I feel like he has like I feel like the stakes have been getting higher and higher for his character. And just in general, even if he doesn't die, he may vanish because I feel like Eleven is the main character
Mhm.
and their relationship has been so far, like in the last season, they weren't together a lot. But I think that, if he's not vanishing because it's too early in the season, and they want to show the relationship developing further, I think it would make sense for him to die,
Gotcha.
because he is one of the main characters, but at the same time, like not as integral as Steve. Like I feel like a lot of fans love Steve and he's the comedic relief, but he's also got such a connection with the three kids. But I don't know, I could be completely wrong. So
well, we'll
we'll
see.
see.
I'm excited to like see what happens, and then I'm gonna look back on this and
Yeah.
see who was right.
Yeah, I know. That's why I thought this would be fun. But yeah, I was gonna say, Caleb, you had mentioned kind of what you would do if you were storytelling this story, like if you were writing this story, and you'd write that dialogue for Steve. So that leads into our last topic is what is your like ultimate ending to Stranger Things, or how would you personally end the show yourself? So you kind of mentioned that with Steve's character, but if you want to maybe continue on what else you would do to conclude the show.
I don't, there's only 3 minutes left before this Zoom call ends, so I'm gonna just
Okay,
go
yeah.
straight through it. I think Eleven's gonna live but lose her powers. Hopper and Steve are probably going to die. And I don't know, there is that like romance between Will and Mike. I don't know if that's gonna happen because then there's the romance between Mike and Eleven, and if Eleven lives, we don't know who like they're gonna end up with. So I honestly don't know for the other characters. The actor who plays Dustin, though, has publicly stated that he wants his character to die. Don't know if that's actually going to happen, but I don't really have enough time to go into details. But if it was just something that he said, like, I think it'd be really cool for my character to die. It would close his arc or something like that. And I hope that doesn't happen because he's one of my favorite characters.
No, I kind of don't want any of the characters to die, but it's gotta happen. But I'll go into mine real quick. I think that I would have maybe 11, yeah, lose her powers. I don't know. I like the idea of like resolving Nancy's relationship, but like if she ends up just, choosing herself, being, who she is, independent, her independent self, that's okay too, I think. So, I think I would maybe end it. I don't know. I don't think I would have Steve die. I don't think I would have Jonathan die, but maybe end it where she maybe chooses herself. I don't know. But I think I would have someone big die, like maybe Hopper, because I feel like that's a fitting scenario for if they're going to include more of Hopper's backstory with his daughter, then they're going to have maybe him more focused on and lead to like his death, something big and tragic with him. So I think that's how I would end it. I would be crushed, but I think as from a storytelling point of view, that's kind of the direction I would go.
Okay, I'm gonna be quick. Mine is the darkest one, and I kind of hope it doesn't happen. Mike and Hopper, they're dead. 11, she loses her power by sacrificing herself and vanquishing both herself and Vecna. And then everybody else, we just see them living their lives.
I think so. I think that would be a fitting
That
end.
would be tragic. That
It
would be
would be
tragic.
tragic.
That would be.
But it would be a really interesting way, like she's wiping out the whole dimension. No going back. And
Hmm.
that's it.
That is definitely dark. And also, I wonder if they're gonna Harry Potter it, where they kind of do like a 20 years in the future. Like maybe they like age up the characters and it's like
Yeah.
modern day.
Just just wait a couple years before they film the next season
Right,
at this
right.
point.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a good like fitting end to the episode. I'm kind of thinking there's maybe a part two to this one once season five comes out, and then we could talk about how everything
Yeah.
wrapped up, and then we'll see what our guesses were and how far off we were or how right we were. We'll see.
Yeah, that's a good
Um,
idea.
so yeah, less than a minute. It's not even counting down anymore. So
All
this is
right.
it.
All right.
Well,
Thank
thank you,
y'all.
Allison, for joining remotely.
Yes, I hope my ending doesn't come true.
I
That's
hope
all I'm
not
saying.
either.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Bye, y'all.
All right, see you.
Bye.